Greetings and welcome to Smartwatch Ticks. We're a YouTube channel on the web at smartwatchticks.com. Today I got an unboxing for you of a TicWatch. Yep, Ticwatch E2. You've heard of that before, haven't you? Yeah, I know you have, but we haven't had one here. So Geekbuying has sent one out for us to review because they just received a whole new stock of these puppies for you and figured, you might be interested in one. Let's talk a little bit about it. The Ticwatch 2 is a Mobvoi smartwatch that runs on WearOS, which used to be Android Wear, but it's now called WearOS by Google, right? It's a 1.39 AMOLED display, 5 atmosphere, water resistant with GPS. I mean, it's nice. It's a really nice, compact smartwatch. Now, it is one of the TicWatch line, and here they all are. To put it in perspective, the original E and S came out. They were IP67, which was pretty much splash resistant, and they had basic things. They did have a speaker in them, both of them, which is interesting because the speaker's been removed on the new ones in order to get the 5 atmosphere swim capability. Big difference there. Speakers on the originals, more waterproofing on the new ones, okay? They had GPS, of course, 24-hour monitoring, WearOS by Google, and on the E, removable straps also carried over to the E2. You'll see that here in a minute. The S2, similar but slightly different between the two of them, the original S and the S2. The S2 is the one that's got the US military grade 810G. That puppy is very, very rugged. If you need a rugged watch, it's the S2. If you don't need that level of ruggedivity, you got still the same 5 atmosphere waterproofing on the E2 at a lower price. Both of them are missing the speaker, as we mentioned before, and only after you get into the C2 and the TicWatch Pro, and there's a new TicWatch Pro with 4G LTE, when you get into that whole level, you start getting NFC payments, things like that, okay? That's the history on the, I know you want to see the watch, but I got to show you the specs first, right? Here's the overall spec sheet. 24-hour heart rate monitor on this one and the S2. In fact, here shortly I'll be showing you clips from our review of the S2 because they are so identical in how they tether and a lot of the functions on the watch, all of that stuff. So quickly through our high-tech paper copy of the specs. Some folks are disappointed I'm using paper still, so I reduced the ink and I'm using less ink on the paper. That's saving resources. Let's open the box. Let's get into this puppy. There we go. Something falls out. It says TicWatch Unpacking Prompt. Da-da-da-da. Hey there. Thanks for your purchase and so forth. And how to contact these guys. Facebook and Twitter. Time in Control. A little booklet comes with it, and then there's the watch itself, sitting on a platform that's got some fancy designs on it, and a holder. It's a very soft, rubberized band on this one. We pop it out of its 2 loops, take it off, and pull it out of the card. Took a little while to learn to do that on the others. And there you go. Super flexible bands, definitely removable, definitely easy to work with. It's really soft, almost feels like it's got talcum powder or something on it. Remove the cover, and deeper in the box, we have a charging cradle that's rubber band in here. Now, one of the drawbacks, I always talk about these things, I'm really happy when I see a USB connector to a port here that you can plug a micro USB or a USB-C these days into the dock. Don't have that here. This tends to be a break point over time, so you might want to try to pick up an extra dock if you get this watch, because this is all you got. You lose this, you can't charge the watch, and then you can't use it. So you're really susceptible to what the dock can do for you. Magnetic, really strong, it looked like, as it falls off. Holds the watch. There you go. And that's about all there is to that. It's got a little silica gel, which they're starting to put with watches these days. A quick start manual of sorts. How you charge it. Power button. These are the apps that you're going to need to pair to. The WearOS and the Mobvoi app are needed. Then you finally get yourself all set up and connected. How you turn it on and how you navigate through it. You got to set up Wi-Fi and get on Wi-Fi in order to do just about anything, and some message notification information. Backside is all in Chinese, and that's that. And then we've got the user's manual for the S2 and the E2. And I've paged through this thing in the review of the S2, so I'm going to skip some of the stuff here to tighten this review up for us, okay? So it's Chinese, there's English, and it's basically a simple manual. Okay, let's clear things out. Let's take you to the next level with this one. Okay, with one simple button on the side, press and hold, should turn it on. It got a little vibration, and it says TicWatch. Now, one big difference, the button's on the right-hand side. TicWatch is facing us correctly set up. These other ones, the earlier ones, the original Ticwatch E, which is here, this is the E2, the button's on the left-hand side. And same thing for the non-removable band S2 original, which is right here. You can see the screen's a little bit smaller. There's more writing on the bezel. It's got a big protruding edge to it for the knob. And of course, this one also has a speaker built into it. Here's the diodes for the heart rate and the charging connection area on both of these. You notice those are identical, and they earlier ones don't use a dock. They use this kind of a connector. Now, you saw that this one is ready, so I can move on with that, and we won't talk too much about these because we've got other reviews up on the original E and S. We are being prompted in different languages to move forward, so we will tap to begin, and we're into the different languages. So I want to show you these. They haven't changed as far as I know, and this is right out of the box, so there hasn't been any firmware updating to it if there's any ready. But you can get a feel for the languages. Since we have such a broad international audience watching, it's oftentimes good to do this. So you pick your language. Of course, we're coming in English. Should already be there. English United States. Going to select that one. And it's asking you to read all of this information. And this is how you go through to actually use your watch. It's telling you with reassurances that they're not going to use your information in a way you don't want to, protecting your privacy. You got to be 13 years old, though, huh? Interesting. Okay, I've read it, and you can also go into all of these things and look at their terms and conditions, privacy policies, all of that. You get that when you get your watch. Now, on the phone, you have to download WearOS by Google and go through the process of pairing the Ticwatch E2 with this serial number to the app on the phone. Instead of doing that and taking up time, I'm going to switch over and show you that exact process on the missing watch from here, which is the S2. I get the coolest gear. This is that OnePlus 6T with the thumbprint scanner right in the screen itself. And this is the new Ticwatch S2. And we're going to marry them together by opening up the WearOS by Google and starting the setup. Get you all integrated. We're going to agree to everything Google wants us to do, right? Make WearOS better. Oh, all right. I'll let you guys know what I'm doing. Okay, look, it's ready. It already found it. Let's link to the S2. It's connecting to it. That simple. It's sitting here waiting, and this one automatically saw it because I have Bluetooth on. This one knew Bluetooth was on. Guess we're doing a full-on tethering thing as well as an unboxing. Pair with it. I got the matching numbers. I'm going to allow it to do my contacts and call history as well. Why not? It's connected. Everything checks. Getting my watch details. Selected my account, and now it says it's continuing with the Google account, copying everything to my watch, setting it up, getting them connected. Finally, making sure the screen lock stuff works, I say next. I got to re-enter my PIN. I've done that, but look, I got my fingerprint sensor, so maybe I can just access it as simple as touching the screen. Wow, it did. Okay, copy everything to my new Ticwatch S2, do it. Copying all my accounts and so forth. Next is Wi-Fi, so we can automatically, because this is already on Wi-Fi, send all of that information here so the watch will be known on Wi-Fi. I can manage calls and all that stuff from the watch. I got to allow it to make calls, allow it to access my logs, allow it to access contacts, and to view my messages. And now, boom, they're all integrated. So this thing is an extension of this. Check my calendar. Okay, you can do that. Allow access to my calendar. Get notifications. Sure. Got to read all that stuff. Then say allow. Location notices. Of course. GPS, all of that stuff. And now, up to 5 minutes to finish. We're set. We're all set. Oh, are you ready? Yeah, 10.5 minutes into this gosh darn review, and he's finally going to turn the watch on. We hope. Let's hit done. It says hit done. Notifications, Google Assistant, advanced settings, Ticwatch S2, completing setup. I thought we were ready. Okay, while it's doing that, we can see that this is the watch we've got. We worn the darn thing down to 50%. No, it didn't drop the 50% in 10 minutes. I cheated. I went ahead and I did this without charging it up. They shipped it to me with, I'm sorry, I always say charge your watch, but I'm too excited and I really want to get this out. So I will charge it after we're done, but don't you do what Uncle Tix did, okay? When you get yours, charge it up first before you do all of this setup. You saw how long it took. If you really don't have much power in here, you don't want it to die during your setup, especially at this phase where it's completing it. So, charge it up so you have more than 50%. Okay, now we're back to the E2. What I want you to do after you got it fully charged is press the side button, tap on settings, go into your settings, scroll all the way to the bottom, go into system. When you're in system, scroll all the way down to about. I know, stick with me here. Once you're in about, oh, it bounced out. Look at that. I don't know why. Settings, system, about. I guess they wanted me to show it to you again. Come on. You get your model number, device name, and all that stuff. Go all the way down here to system updates. You want to come in here and update the system for the watch. It's going to check and it's going to download it. It's been doing that for the past hour. Once it downloaded it, then in the background, it automatically updated it. And now my system is up to date, but not initially. Out of the box, it's an old system. Probably applies this late in the game to the S2 as well as the E2. Make sure you do this step. So what is in the watch and how does it work? Well, it's identical to the S2, so let's run quickly through this watch with the WearOS inside of it. It's got that twist the wrist to see the screen, or if it's off, it's active to just touch it and that'll light it up. Those are options you can turn on and off in settings. When you come down here, you've got all sorts of good things like your overall brightness. As you can see, it's pretty much washed out in this lighting. So we're going to tune it down a little bit, get it about right there. You also have, and there it goes right back into ambient mode. Each of these watch faces can have a whole different setup for ambient or regular. And you can change watch faces, of course. This little button lets you turn on battery saver, and it talks about disabling a lot of stuff when you do that. But if you're going to go out and you don't need it for anything more than a watch, by all means, turn that on. Save your battery. Right here, you'll be able to ring your phone, which is sitting here tethered, and you can stop it, or you can let it go through. And of course, that helps you find your phone. But you got to be tethered in order for that to work. This one here turns the watch off. The screen goes off. You can't do anything with it. It's basically as if you turned the power all the way off, but it's not. It's in a deep sleep mode. Touch it, Comes right back to where it was. Pretty cool, huh? This one gets you in your do not disturb mode, turns that on, and it's kind of washed out, but there's a little minus right there, and I just turned it off, so now it's not in that disturb mode. And of course, the airplane means you're going into airplane mode, and that's going to turn off all your radios, your Bluetooth, and your Wi-Fi, and that kind of stuff. Okay, that's all the stuff you get when you swipe down. When you swipe to the right, you get into your whole string of Google stuff that is all about you, your flights coming up, your packages on order, and little statements that come in, and you can change those with that setting. When you swipe to the right, you get into all of your fitness stuff, and that's your step count and calories burned and distance traveled, and you can go deeper into actually doing runs and things, and so forth. We're not going to get into that in this quick overview. We're just going to show you that that's there, and you can get into it later on your own, or we'll try to do that in an updated review that goes a little bit deeper. So many ways of turning the watch on. Pressing it, touching it, swiping it, twisting it. We're back to the screen, so we went that way, we went that way, we went that way. We haven't gone this way. Here's where we saw all the notifications come in, pushed from your phone to the watch, or generated by the watch will show up there. So those are the 4 directions of swipes, and then the final one, when you're on the watch, there's one more, press and hold. That gets you into your selection of different watch faces that are installed. There's quite a few installed. You can download some, like I did this one from here, and see it just popped over here at the very beginning. Now, it's asking to access the sensor information, which I'll say okay, so that it can report things like my heart rate and step count and whatnot. Those are one-time asks that give you permission to do all those things. So we've swiped, we've pressed and touched, and now we're going to press the side button. A quick press takes us into our app drawer. And these are the most recent things that I've used. I tried the Tic Pulse, which turns on the heart rate sensor. We can test that out in a future video. Your overall settings, the Find Your Phone, we just did. And then these are your basic stock apps, which include Google Fit, as well as the TicWear type stuff too. Here's the Mobvoi privacy information, your Play Store, and this is the big fancy one, Pool Swim, that you'll be able to do now with this watch. That's one of the amazing new features of this 2 version, the S2, the E2. They have water resistance of 5 atmospheres. That's way more than the IP67, which is usually going underwater for about a meter or so for 30 minutes. But really, it means just washing your hands or dropping it accidentally in the sink. But when you've got the 5 atmosphere, that means you can actually go down to, I think like 30 meters or something, really, really far. And that pool stuff lets you swimmers do all sorts of fun stuff related to swimming, of which I don't understand a lot of it, but you saw in the sheet some of the things that it'll do. There, now we're there, and we could do a pool swim. And you got all these other things in here. After you start swimming, the screen will be locked, so it won't flip out like crazy, like most of the time happens on these. We don't want to actually start the swim, but here's some of the things you can put in: your pool length, and go. Or you can set your target distance, your target duration, your target trips, or which are laps, calories burned, and all those options are available to you. Let's back out of that for a moment, because I was mentioning that the Tic Motion, Swim Motion, and Analysis is currently available here on this watch, and other things are going to be coming soon, and we'll show you those as they come out in a future review, like fall detection and a personal trainer and gesture control, and oh man, all sorts of fun goodies. But right now, we're just looking through the portfolio of apps. There's the Google stuff, and you get down here, and where was the pool swim? And then you've got the Tic Exercise, Tic Health, Tic Pulse, and Tic Ranking, all of which we'll look at later. You got the Google Translate built into it, a weather app, and a basic timer. And these are your stock apps, and then it being Android Wear, of course, you can add a whole bunch of other stuff by going into the Play Store, either through here or through the apps and that stuff. Now, jumping quickly to the app, you have, as you know, all sorts of different watch faces. You can select one, touch it, and it's going to send it over here to the watch when you're tethered. There's asking for the device's location. This one's giving you that information. And there's the watch face here. And when it times out, it goes into the selected ambient mode. And there's programs like Watchmaker that you can create your own watch faces, load them into the app, and transfer them over at your heart's desire. That's one of the things the WearOS is known for, is all of the different watch faces that are available. You have these settings within the WearOS app, things like setting up your notifications, that you can silence the phone and change the watch notifications. You go deeper in here, it'll list the notifications for the apps you have on your phone to be tethered over. Your agenda settings are like for your Google Calendar and your different accounts and notifications and stuff from there. The Google Assistant, this is where you can set up your OK keyword and whatnot, and what you can do with the Google Assistant on your watch. And then you got some advanced settings, like having the always on screen available like this, or you turn it off and that ambient mode will go away and it'll just be black, like going to the movie theater or something. But of course you can set something special that makes it go black all the time easily. We showed you that already. The tilt to wake screen, those are all settable in here as well. Auto launch media controls and so forth. You got all this information. You can download this and look at most of this right now without even buying the watch. And that's all in the advanced settings. And that's basically this app here. So back to the E2 now. How does this puppy look? We haven't even showed it to you on yet, have we? You definitely know what the S2 looks like from the other review. You also have seen what the S and the E look like. Their buttons are on the opposite side. Here it is. It's a very attractive, all black, only comes in black smartwatch with an AMOLED screen. And of course, you have different watch faces available, which you can install from the app directly. We saw that on the S2. Here are the ones for the E2. Oh, I don't know. Pick one. What do you like? A digital one? How about that one? Touch the button. Gets installed. It's going to go through notices about location and steps and data requests. And you got to approve all of this stuff and give your consent. Enable everything. And finally, you'll get yourself a watch face. Well, almost. Allow Ticwatch Companion to access this device location. Okay, there, we're done. And now we've got information, including the temperature in this location and the digital time. After you do that whole approval thing the first time, the rest of them should be pretty simple. Just touch it, and they're there. All right, Ticwatch E2. Sweet little deal. Got all the bells and whistles of the S2 at a cheaper price, but it's not ruggedized. So if you want a little bit more of a modern dress watch than the outdoor rugged one, the E2 is the one you're looking for if you want WearOS by Google. And we got it for you. Geekbuying has it. Check the show notes for a discount coupon. Try to get one set up for you on that. And now you know. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you again soon.